Hey, it's 6:50 right now. It is Monday, and that means Mayor Gina Ortiz Jones joining us live this morning in studio for our weekly segment.
Obviously, first thing we're going to talk about the cold and what all the city has done to try to help.
Well, look, let me thank everybody. I mean, this has really been a team effort. We had a press conference Saturday morning where we activated the Emergency Operations Center. And there you saw everybody from our utilities to certainly Public Works, TxDOT, both chiefs were there, fire and police, to make sure that we were prepared. And I'm very thankful that folks frankly heeded the call. Please stay off the road for 48 hours was what I said that morning. I think by and large folks did that, and I think that's why you've seen such a good response in the community. I do want to thank, as you all know, we've had 6 resilience hubs open Saturday morning through noon today, in fact, for folks that needed a warm place to be. In particular, I want to thank those folks that have really worked to support our unhoused community. We've had about 400 folks throughout this between kind of Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 400 unhoused folks. So Corazon, Cub, New Direction, Guadalupe, thank you for stepping up and helping us house our neighbors during this time. Of course, thanks to our first responders, right? I think there were at one point about 52 accidents SAPD responded to Saturday evening. But by and large, the streets were clear, which allowed TxDOT to keep the roads prepped and allow our first responders to respond. So really my thanks to everybody.
What did it take to get there? All the preparations. I know we knew about this a little ways out. What did it take to get everyone, in collaboration working?
Well, I think everyone's guided by the same principle, which is we've got to keep everybody safe and we've got to keep everybody warm, right? And that's why you've heard me talk not only about the resilience centers, but also all the steps that we took to take care of our unhoused neighbors. I mean, 400 folks, actually, and there's a lot of coordination even between those because as I stopped by some of the resilience hubs, I went to Copernicus, I went to Gilbert Garza, and some of the folks that I met there were, in fact, unhoused. So they were going to the resilience hubs and then waiting for a ride to be taken to either Bodie and then Tobin when it opened. So a coordination to understand how do we do those two things, keep people safe, keep people warm, and then some people have unique needs, right? Some people need a little bit more than, some people just need a warm place to be for a couple of hours. Some of our unhoused neighbors obviously needed much more. So I'm thankful for the coordination across our city departments and across our nonprofit community to help do that.
Well, and some decide they don't want to go to those shelters. They don't want to. Was there any effort to? I know in the past we had people go out and take them warm food, take them blankets, take them coats.
Yes, well, and certainly, I mean, Saturday morning I shared we have had the homeless strategy and services division. They were already doing that street outreach, going to some of those well-known encampments and saying, hey, this is what's available to you if you want to ride, right? Coordinating rides to that, and of course, folks could also call VIA. They had fare free to the resilience and warming centers this entire time. So, I mean, to your point, people make decisions, right? But at the end of the day, I'm very thankful for the resources that our community put forward to ensure that folks were warm and safe.
Great. And what else is on your schedule this week? I know we're getting through this and you're going to be on top of that along with other city services, but you said you have a conference coming up.
Yes. So this week we have the U.S. Conference of Mayors. So this is the large annual meeting, the winter meeting. And so mayors, we gather from all across the country and talk about what are the ways in which, what are the common challenges, what are the common opportunities. I'm very thankful I was recently named the chair of the Tech and Innovation Committee. And so this is where we try to, again, leverage not only our voices, but also that organization as we work with entities to solve some of the major challenges in our community. I'll be leading a panel in particular on data centers. And what that means, obviously, that's a big topic of conversation. There's many communities, though, that have other lessons learned on this, so we can move smartly, understanding we've got some unique opportunities and challenges given we own our utilities.
I would imagine part of that conversation with that meeting of mayors is going to be immigration enforcement operations that are going on in Minneapolis, what happened this weekend, and what we're doing here, and maybe get some ideas about what other cities are doing as well.
Absolutely. Let me also, I wanted to reiterate also my thanks to, frankly, the almost 200 people, 200 of our community members that showed up to our special session last Thursday. I know we went from that right into the weather events, but I wanted to thank everybody that took the time to be there. That was a long session, and we heard from folks all across the spectrum about how they feel about what's going on currently. And certainly this is something we are trying to navigate navigate as we laid out, you know, as our city attorney laid out, we are the only city that has ever been challenged, sued by the state under SB 4. Right? And when that happened, it was actually our local police union that brought that complaint to the state that resulted in that lawsuit. So we have some unique considerations as a state, as a community, as we navigate this. First and foremost, though, I want to make sure everybody in our community feels safe. And so people, you know, can have confidence, and when they call law enforcement, they know who's going to show up, right? And so at the same time, we're balancing people's First Amendment rights, right, which I am also very sensitive to, and I know all veterans are to that effect. So yes, I think we'll have some conversations around that. I will be part of a conversation with some other South Texas mayors as we kind of face some of the similar challenges in this respect, and work to ensure that our communities are as safe as they can possibly be.
We look forward to hearing what comes out of that meeting with ICE, and then of course with tech, talking about those two subjects. So thank you for being here. Thanks for all you did.
Yes, let me plug. Yeah. Can I plug though?
Sure.
Gotta do it quick though.
One plug. So 1 week from today, y'all, February 2nd is the last day to register to vote, right? So please, if you're unhappy with how things are and you want to change things, that always happens at the ballot box. February 2nd is the last day to register to vote if you want to participate in that March 3rd primary.
Great reminder.
Mayor, thanks for coming in.
Thank you.